All right, friends, back by popular demand. We're back with our favorite YouTuber. I am Longevity Man. Yes, so we're gonna react to this this whatever longevity dude, anti-aging longevity dude. So I am longevity says, well, Tony from I am longevity says he said this might drive aging in 1976. Science looked away. Man, you want me to tell you what drives aging?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to speak to you about motor units, my favorite subject. Check out this study right here on the screen.
Motor units, my favorite subjects. Yeah. Exercise, motor units, androgen receptors. They're going to anti-age you. Yeah, magically. Sure, yeah.
From April 2009. The title is Fast and Slow Motor Units.
Even though they don't have any power, you can't see them, touch it. You can't see it, touch it, or feel it like exercise. You can't feel, touch it, or really see it. You are moving around, but you call this exercise is going to have some benefit, but you can't see what that benefit is because there isn't any. Can you see a motor unit, touch it, feel it? No. These androgen receptors, no. But can you see food, though? Yes. Are you eating the right food, though?
Aging. So what's so special about this 2009 study, correct?
Let me go back there again. Hold on.
Fast and slow motor units in aging.
Fast and slow motor units in aging. Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that humans are aging, but you're deteriorating faster than you're aging. Look around, look at nature. Look at all the animals when they die. What do they look like when they die? Do they look like the mummy? How come humans look like the mummy when they die? You have to ask yourself that question. Because you need high amino acids in your diet, the building blocks of everything. They do everything, these building blocks. That's why they're always advertising, well, take methionine or take taurine. This is going to extend your life. Why would you just take one amino acid? Take them all. You especially need the 9 essential amino acids which you are lacking, and you get them in animal products. They are not lacking, and so you need high amounts of it. Get it, dude? To repair your body, especially as you get older, your repair mechanism. Here's the thing. When you're younger, you can get away with a lot, but as you're getting older, you need to start increasing what you're eating. Animal products, you need to increase the amino acids in your diet. Okay, they need to be really high, and so you continuously start eating more and more all the time as you get older. So you do something in the opposite direction, what your body is doing. Your body's going down in its repair mechanism, and you're going up in repair by consuming more amino acids. Let's put it this way. So your progenitor cells in your body are what they're like the workers. They repair you, but without the proper material, they cannot repair you. Now, they say over time you're losing these progenitor cells. There's less of them. Okay, you can increase them with damaging sessions in the gym. That has nothing to do with exercise. So you can increase a lot of it in a gym periodically. Now, without enough material, these workers they can't do their job, especially if there's not that many workers anymore. But if there's more material incoming and you do have less of these workers, at least they have more material to work with, to restore you, to repair you. You understand me? To regenerate, repair your body, yeah, to keep it young. So animal products keep you young. That's what they do.
So what's so special about this 2009 study, correct? Well, there is something special, something very strange here. Look real good. Look where it says Gerontology 1976. This study was published in 1976, but for some reason it was held secretly. And then finally it was brought to the public in 2009. What are we talking about here? 37 years, some crazy, almost 4 decades later.
Okay, walking mummy, yes. Yes, walking mummy. A decade, 2 later, so what?
Well, what I want to speak to you about is this. Because, you know,
Look, I want to speak to you about this too. Think about it. Why do they keep promoting everywhere you go? They keep saying that meat is bad for you, and they want you to eat less meat, less animal products, and they keep promoting more vegan diets. Well, what happens when you go on a vegan diet and you lack amino acids? You suffer from scurvy. What is this scurvy? You're deteriorating massively on a massive level, to the point where your body's allocating resources. There goes the hair, there goes the nails, and everything, because your body is trying to keep you alive at this point. You understand me? It's not really your time to go. But that will affect you in the long run down the road for sure. See what I mean? So you are really deteriorating faster than you're aging.
I published a study. It's a preprint. People say it's not a study. I say it is. But let's say it's not a study. It's a research paper, like this one here. It says research article. Here's the thing. This is the first time I found this study, and it was very hard to find for some reason. This is what I want to speak to you about. In my study, in my published study, right here on the screen, it's still a preprint. I haven't submitted it to a journal yet, but believe me.
Let's just put it this way. If you do some eccentric exercise periodically, I'm not talking about being a gym lifting slave, okay? You just come in periodically to a gym once in a blue moon, do a damaging session, and then fuck off. And just eat high amino acids, protein and amino acids. Really, really, really high, man. I guarantee you, dude, your testosterone is going to be through the roof. Your voice is going to be extremely deep. You know, I've done videos. You heard my voice when I was lifting. Remember, I was lifting eccentrically and eating a lot of amino acids. I even supplemented with amino acids, and I eat a lot of animal products. And I'm telling you, my voice was absolutely deep in my videos. Go back a couple months, go look at them. And bro, my testosterone was fucking through the roof, man. Man, I have never seen my testicles that big in my entire life. They got fucking massive doing that. And so that is the only reason why I would go back now to lifting like that. Again, going back to periodic lifting and eating, supplementing with amino acids and eating this high animal protein diet. Now, if I just eat a high animal protein diet, no, my voice is not that deep. My testosterone, I already know it's not going to be that high. But before it was super high. I mean, fucking bro, super high. So just eating it can only go so far, especially at my age, pushing 60. You know what I mean? Like you are old, much older. But I'm just saying, bro, whatever. So periodic lifting, high amino acid diet, I already know. My experience tells me that shit is gonna reverse a lot of this stuff, and it'll keep you young all the time.
It will be accepted once I do send it in. I'm just biding my time because I need to edit a few things in it. What I want to speak to you about is this. In my study, I said that fast motor.
Tony, he doesn't have any testicles because he takes TRT. They shrink. Because your body says, oh, we don't need it no more. There's something artificial coming in. So he goes with that. You go with that, you have no balls, dude. You got to keep injecting this artificial shit in you.
Is the reason why we age.
So that's the reason why we age, because of a motor unit. So it's not because of, let's say, there's a myogenic decline and what was it? Senescent cells. So in use it or lose it, right? Hold on a second. So in PubMed, where it says satellite cells in aging, use it or lose it. So you're telling me it's not because of, what is this at the bottom here? Because review examines how periodic activation and cycling of satellite cells through exercise can mitigate senescent acquisition and myogenic decline. So it's not because of myogenic decline and acquisition and the fact that you people are not eating enough amino acids. See what I mean? But this type of exercise periodically, satellite cells are responsible for generation, okay, whatever. When they're activated. In response to injury, satellite cells are able to activate and re-enter the cell cycle, creating new cells. So it must turn old cells into new cells, we know that, To repair, listen to the word, repair and create nascent muscle fibers while preserving a small population that can return to quiescence for what? For future regenerative demands. However, in aged muscles, satellite cells that experience prolonged quiescence, that's you, you're not, it's just prolonged quiescence is not a good thing, will undergo programmed cellular senescence. So he says that it's the motor units, but it says that prolonged quiescence will undergo cellular senescence, right? An irreversible non-dividing state that handicaps regenerative capabilities in muscle. So we have to periodically get this thing to regenerate. Otherwise, these things are going to be, they're non-dividing. We need new cells. And will wear off myogenic decline. Why? Because we got less of these progenitor cells, but if we activate the satellite cell by damaging the fiber, it will expand the satellite cell pool. Get it? The more we expand the satellite cell pool, you understand me? You have more progenitor cells to repair, regenerate, a bunch of stuff. Okay, whatever, and you can wear off myogenic decline and senescent cell acquisition. What would make a senescent cell acquisition go away? Well, the fact that you're waking up the immune system and then there's some relative damage, and as it's cleaning up the dead tissue in the muscle fibers that you've damaged, well, it's going to go and clear up all these senescent cells at the same time in that activation. So every time you activate them, they come out, they're going to get rid of these other zombie cells and shit. Get it? They need to make way for the new cells. The immune system and the satellite cell and everything, they need to make room for the new cells. So he's wrong, because it says prolonged quiescence undergoes programmed cellular senescence. But he says, but Tony says,
it's causal. In other words, it's not a symptom. We don't lose fast motor units because it is the reason why we age. It's causal.
This is the reason why we age. It's not. The reason why we age is programmed cellular senescence. That's why. Get it? And myogenic decline.
Also, in other words, it's not a symptom. We don't lose fast motor units because it's a symptom of aging.
Yeah, but hold on a second. But yes, programmed cellular senescence is what's really happening in the aging process. Okay. Now we know what's aging: cellular senescence and myogenic decline. Now, what is deteriorating you faster than you're aging? We all are aging because cellular senescence, myogenic decline. But what is deteriorating you faster than you're aging? You understand me? The lack of amino acids in your diet. So you need exorbitantly high, massively high amounts of amino acids. You understand me? Because that is one part. Because especially the essentials, our body doesn't make it. So we need them incoming every day. That's the problem. We need them every day incoming. So that's why it's a good thing to supplement with amino acids as well, and to eat high amino acid diets, protein diets. And not only that, but meat products also are not deficient in B12 and other water-soluble vitamins and minerals, things that you need in your diet, okay, to keep you young. All right? So there you go. Is there a big secret there? No. But once you really understand from your experience, you understand what is the cause of aging. Well, we know what aging is. It's just you're aging. It's the acquisition of these senescent cells and the decline of decline in myogenic decline. Okay, we know that. It's a known fact. You start to age when you lose these progenitor cells. It shows you in science. You start walking with a walker or a cane or whatever. You just get old, dude. You get old. Like, you get older. You get old. Like, you get frail. You can't move so well anymore. Yada 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 yada. And then you have a buildup of these senescent cells. But we can remove the senescent cells. See what I mean? A buildup of it. But what's causing the buildup of it? Well, because we're not removing them. See what I mean? So the senescent cells, we need to get rid of them. We need to keep clearing them out so we stay young. so we don't deteriorate faster than we're aging. But if you're not eating the high amounts of amino acids, if you're not eating the proper diet, you're accumulating more of these fucking senescent cells, you're done, man. You're done. You're going to look like Tony. Get it? The mummy.
We lose fast motor units because it is a cause. It's the cause of aging.
It's not the cause of aging. Man, programmed cellular senescence is the cause of aging and myogenic decline. That's the cause of it.
People laughed at me. As a matter of fact, everybody ignored it. What I mean by everybody, I mean all the so-called experts. They ignore it. Who the hell this guy thinks he is? He's not a PhD. What the heck does he know what he's talking about? Well, welcome to this study from 1976. That's almost 5 decades. 2025, that's almost...
Well, I don't need I've seen that study a long time ago. Believe me, I've gone through, people know me. I post everything in my community section. I've gone through thousands of studies. I don't give a shit. It's very simple. If you're not an expert, if you can't break it down and simplify it, it's very simple. Like it said in the satellite cell, use it or lose it. Satellite cell, use it or lose it. It's programmed cellular senescence and myogenic decline. And so those are the things that you need to get rid of. You need to get rid of cellular senescence, and you need to increase you need to wear off myogenic decline. You need to increase the satellite cell pool. You need to expand it. Now, how do you expand it? Like it said there, periodic what? Injuries will cause the satellite cell to do what? Leave quiescence, right? And then it will do what? It'll create new cells, nascent muscle fibers, new cells. So you actually get rid of old cells and you make them new. Get it? That's how you can turn old into new.
50 years. Here's the thing. This study right here says exactly what I say. It's causal to the...
Look, people ask me all the time, they're like, man, you look young, like you look fit, young, this, that. How are you doing it? I said in the past, I did, these bouts of these injuries. I constantly kept doing them. I kept repeating them. But I don't like doing them now when I'm older because I know what I had to go through. It's different as an older person than when you're younger. But actually, you need it more now when you're older than when you were younger. See what I mean? Now, did I do some bouts throughout the year? I did, and then I stopped for quite a while because it's summertime. I gotta enjoy myself. I'm not gonna keep doing it forever. So, but when I do go back there, I'll do the same. I'll repeat the same thing again. I'll do some bouts of injuries, boom, and repeat this whole cycle again. That's all, really. And of course, well, not gonna eat any plants. High amino acid protein diet. That's it, bro. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Aging process.
That's another thing. With eccentric exercise, you really recruit these motor units like mad, bro. Get it? So you don't need to worry about that. And if you're a dysfunctional person, you're going to become so functional so fast. I guarantee your testosterone lifting eccentrically periodically will fucking put your testosterone, it'll fucking push it through the roof. Get it? Plus, when you're eating a high protein amino acid diet, okay, dude, animal diet, it's gonna go through the fucking roof. I guarantee.
See, he's the first. He didn't go into detail like I did. He just vaguely mentioned it, but he did mention it. And guess what? This study was hidden for decades. No.
Yeah, what he said, the different behavior of different motor units in old age deserves special interest as it may point out to causal relationship to aging. Yeah, causal relationship. Well, senescent cells and myogenic decline, do they not have a causal relationship to each other? Yes. See what I mean, man? Think about it. If the progenitor cell is what repairs or regenerates you, right? The progenitor cell, it regenerates you, right? And these senescent cells, well, they're not regenerative. They just sit there. See what I mean? Do they not have a causal relationship somehow? Get it? So you want to remove the senescent cells and you want to create new cells, new nascent fibers, new cells. Man, I don't know what Tony's thinking. It isn't just one thing, all right? But anyways, yeah, it has a causal relationship. Motor unit 2, it's part of it.
No one ever spoke about this. It was under the radar. It was in, finally came up in 2009, it was published. Here's the thing. This guy said this 50 years ago when they were still researching motor units. I mean, it's more advanced today. A few of the things he said in his study were disproven, and not disproven, he wasn't aware in advance. The motor unit.
I'll tell you what's going to age the shit out of you. Stress and exercise, labor work, slave labor, slave exercise, slave diets, and slave stress. Get it? Those things are going to age the mother pants right off of you, dude. Like him.
Research advanced, but this gentleman right here, this scientist, specifically said motor units are a cause of aging, and this should be paid.
Are a cause of aging, but they're not the main cause. They're just, it's causal. Look, he doesn't, it doesn't say cause. It says causal. Look at that. It says causal relationship. Christ, man. Do I have to do everything? So let's look up the meaning of causal. Relating to or acting as a cause. Yeah, the causal factors associated with illness. There's causal factors. A causal conjunction. So there's other things that are going on. There's not just one thing. Use over time for causal. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to Tony.
Paid attention to. But in 2013, they created the hallmarks of aging, and strangely, they left this out. How can you leave out something that's not a theory? The hallmarks of aging are a theory, all of them. Motor unit losses is not a theory. It's a fact of life.
It's a fact of life. Motor unit. Look, let me explain this really quick for you people out there, because a lady yesterday talked to me. She said she was diagnosed with malnutrition. I told her you need to eat a high amino acid diet. So this is, I brought it up in overview when you asked him, can malnutrition, lack of amino acids contribute to this aging, like it cause the aging, the accelerated aging? Yes, malnutrition, particularly a deficiency in amino acids, can contribute to accelerated aging. And everybody's getting that because you're eating anti-nutrients, these fake foods. They're interfering with your animal foods, and you're fucking destroying them by cooking them. So you're always getting less amino acids. That's why you're always starving. You understand me? That's a major cause of why your accelerated aging. And increase the risk of age-related diseases. And you increase what? The risk of age-related diseases. Yeah, it's a known fact. So I've never been sick when I'm eating high amino acids and a high protein amino acid animal diet. I never get sick. I get sick when it starts to go low. So while some studies suggest that restricting certain amino acids can actually slow aging, no, a general deficiency in amino acids often linked to malnutrition can have what? Negative impacts. Amino acids are essential for cellular health. They are. They're the building blocks of protein, of everything of your body. They're the building blocks of your entire body. Malnutrition and aging, yeah. Specific amino acid deficiencies in aging, yes, there are. They will affect you, especially like isoleucine or methionine can have positive effects on lifespan and metabolic health. They can. So you don't want to restrict those, definitely not. Malnutrition and geriatric syndromes. Yeah, malnutrition can contribute to development of geriatric syndromes like dementia, depression, and falls. You start falling. You get weak like a motherfucker. You are really strong, really strong when you have high amino acids in your diet. That's why I recommended people buy a supplement. Oh, if you're not getting sufficient amount, at least supplement with amino acids. They're made from animal products anyway. which are associated with poor health outcomes and accelerated aging. Yeah, that's what happens when you have malnutrition. It's associated with poor health outcomes, accelerated aging. See what I mean? That's why when I went back to look at the literature, you kind of really have to understand it. So the major number one cause of aging is malnutrition in amino acids. It's important to maintain balanced diet, so balanced nutrition, whatever. So you don't suffer from these things. Anyways, let's go back to this dude here. I'll probably post that in my community section. You can read it yourself. I don't know. Are we still filming? Yeah.
Every single person in the freaking world loses motor units. This is why I mentioned.
We do lose motor units, but the reason why this guy, Tony, from I Am Longevity, looks like the mummy, he's 60, he looks like he's 95, because of malnutrition. See what I mean? It doesn't matter if he's exercising, running around. That just makes you good at doing those movements. But that doesn't wear off aging. See what I mean? I'm telling you, he's suffering from malnutrition. I've seen what he eats in his supplement stack and all that. It's all fucking garbage, slave food.
This a million times on my channel. This is why every single person slows down. It's the main reason.
No, the main reason is malnutrition. Why do you think these scientists keep saying old people need to eat more protein? Why? Because you need more amino acids in your diet. Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't feel this. Even the best sprinters, oh my God, they run so fast. Boom, they hit 70, 75, it's over.
What about it?
It's over. Why? Because nobody paid attention to motor units. They only pay attention to telomere attrition.
It's not over, man. I'm telling you. You can bring them back with eccentric exercise.
Gene editing, stem cell therapy. Oh my goodness. Like this is supposed to be birth.
No, eccentric exercise will get rid of senescence and myogenic decline. That's what it's used for. That's all. It's really simple.
Aging. Let me tell you guys something. And if you don't believe me, just research it, contact whoever you want to contact that knows about motor units. And watch what they tell you. Once you lose motor units, there's no bringing them back. No.
That's a lie, man. I've already brought out studies about motor units and eccentric exercise. Believe me, they're coming back.
Magic, nothing, no telomere fixing, nothing, no gene editing, nothing, no regenerative medicine, nothing can bring them back. Nothing, they're gone.
These nuts, man. That's not true. Because they can be shared. They sprout from old ones. They can be shared. And it's a complicated process. I can't get into it in this video, man, but whatever.
That's why you need to do everything you can to slow down their losses. You need to do everything you can. Look, you don't have to believe me. You're slowing down right in front of your own eyes.
I am absolutely not slow. I am actually much faster and better now since I eat high amino acid diet. Get it? People see me eating. I eat a lot. Bro. Get it?
You are not admitting it. If you're over 60, I don't think you're slow. I know you're slow. And I'm talking to even the sprinters, even the best.
Yeah, sure.
The sprint in the world that runs 7.49 in the 60 meters, you're even slow. What do I mean by slow? I don't mean running a straight line. I mean your entire structure, everything, your movement, your entire movement is much slower. Even the fastest man in the world.
I will guarantee you, if you ate a high protein amino acid diet, your movements are gonna be super fast. You're gonna be super strong. And I'm not joking, man.
Well, they're over 60 years old. All of you. are not training to slow down the loss of motor units.
So what happens when you have a high amino acid, high protein diet? Well, guess what happens? Well, then protein synthesis is exceeding that breakdown, right? And so what happens when protein synthesis exceeds that breakdown? Well, you're anabolic now. What makes you anabolic when you have that amount of food and amino acids in your diet? Well, it converts the catabolic hormone to an androgen, so it doesn't have to compete with the androgen receptor, with the other hormones. Get it? So your testosterone is not competing with the catabolic hormone anymore because you've converted it to an androgen. Get it? So now you actually have more androgens. Why? Because there's a buildup. You're regenerating. You understand me? You're reversing all this stuff.
People train the fast twitch fibers, but they don't train the fast motor units that control the fast twitch fibers. There's a big difference.
You can't train one without the other. If you're lifting, the motor units and the fibers, they're man, fuck, they work together, dude. What are you talking about? You can't have one without the other. This is ridiculous.
That's what I've been doing.
What have you
People
been
call me
doing?
arrogant. I call it evidence. I show videos. I don't just talk. I show videos of my...
If you recruit muscle fibers, you're recruiting motor units, okay? There isn't, I'm recruiting fibers without recruiting motor units, or I'm recruiting motor units without fibers. Impossible. You can't have one without the other.
movement. I am fighting this, and I've been fighting for 45 years. It doesn't matter if somebody beats me in a 60-meter dash. That's no relevance. Let me see you move like a young man. I'm not talking about sprinting. I'm talking about moving. All movement, zigzagging, spinning. All. Look at a young man and look at a 60-year-old. Put a helmet on a 60-year-old man.
This guy keeps comparing himself to people that aren't moving around or exercising. Get it? See what I mean? You see how ridiculous this is? He keeps comparing himself. He keeps comparing himself to the natural public, and him doing things that are unnatural. And I'm better than them, and I'm this and I'm that. You're just do your thing, bro. I don't know. He's crazy.
Tell him to get on a football field and tell him to run. He will still cut. He will.
Tell them to go on a football field. Tell them to run. Okay, give them a chance to practice to get good at it, and then tell them to go on the football field and run. Will they do it? Yes. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. You're crazy. Can you skateboard? Are you a professional bicyclist? Can you do all those tricks and shit like these other people? Hey, can you run a marathon, like a 100-mile marathon? Like, man, it's just stupid stuff, bro. He can't do any of these things, Tony. Can he fucking deadlift 500 pounds or bench press 500 or squat 500? No. So he's full of shit. The only thing he could do is exercise in the park. He's a skinny, weak old man.
Take out like a salt dump. That's the difference, because you can tell by the body language.
Here's a question. Who is recruiting more motor units? The guy that's doing these crazy exercises in the park, running around? Or the guy that's in the gym lifting weight, especially eccentrically, lifting really heavy weight eccentrically? Who's going to recruit more motor units? Huh? The guy lifting or this guy over here in the park jumping around?
By his movement, that he's older. Okay, you don't have to, guys, no disrespect to anyone. All I'm saying is this.
All I'm saying is this. You can't sprout new stuff doing exercises in the park adapted. But in the gym, if you're getting adaptations, there is going to be some sprouting out of these other motor units. They have to be shared across a vast field of muscle fibers. This is stupid. They can't just be like dormant there and not over there.
This guy said this 50 years ago.
Whatever.
That is causal to the aging process, and it was ignored.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm pushing this. I'm pushing this strong. The thing is, he didn't do what I'm doing. I'm showing it, and I'm going to keep showing it, and I'm going to keep rubbing it in.
But you said you were the first one to bring up motor units and all that. You're not the first one, bro. I've known about motor units decades ago. We've heard about it in science, just like you said that report from the 70s. We've always known about motor units. You recruit them. We know that. This people always say online, lifting people, they say the CNS, the CNS. I'm taxing my CNS. That's the motor units. The CNS, yeah.
Until somebody listens. Anyway, it's a quick message. See you soon in my next video.
Until somebody listens. Why, man? I'll see you in the next one. If you listen to him, all of you are going to look like him, the mummy, and age the fuck out of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. That's not for me, man.